Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Do the Damn Dive channel. I am, of course, the Booker Man of Do the Damn Dive, Jutnik.
I am the bearded sparrow, Kenny Arrow.
I'm Two Belts. I'm Mr. Two Belts, Broken Zach.
There it is.
Actually, I'm the third Young Buck today, brother. Yeah.
The young
Yeah.
So we are going to be doing our predictions, official predictions with webcams this time. This is our unofficial, official face reveal, but full gear. We're going to talk to you about some facts, the story leading up to some of the matches on this card, and what we think overall, how it's going to shape out. So let's just get the things underway right now. Opening show facts here. AEW Full Gear will take place at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey on Saturday, November 19th. Rampage is still a day away, so it's unknown if any more matches will be added to like a buy-in or something like that. It probably will be because they have a tendency to do that, but we will see. We know one match that is going to be on the 0 Hour pre-show. The AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament semifinals. Brian Cage versus Ricky Starks or Lance Archer. So this tournament, this Eliminator tournament was originally just going to wrap up at this show at Full Gear. But Tony Khan has confirmed today on a media call that the finals have been moved to next week's Dynamite. So we got a little bit longer to wait here. Brian Cage defeated Dante Martin on last week's Rampage to advance to the semifinals. The winner will receive a AEW World Title shot against either Jon Moxley or MJF at AEW Dynamite. Winter is coming on December 14th. Ethan Page defeated Bandito to secure his spot in the finals. So I'm assuming Ricky Starks will probably beat Lance Archer to get in the semifinals on tomorrow night's Rampage, but that remains to be seen. So it's this going to be kind of hard to predict because we don't really know who's going to be in it. But I think it's safe to say, safe bet, Ricky Starks will be advancing to face Cage at Full Gear.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Ricky Starks all the way for this.
Yeah, I think that's a consensus pick.
If it's Brian Cage, then well,
And it's got history, so
we know.
Yeah.
Well, we know how much heat Brian Cage has with me already. So
can't go in those places. Can't go.
He's got Xbox heat. Brian Cage.
Xbox heat. But
He's just
no.
boring.
Yep. Evan Starks, though, had some good matches before, so this one should shape out pretty nice if that's how things go. But anyway, so hopefully Ricky Starks will win, and he'll go on to win the whole thing. So easy pick there, all going Ricky Starks. Next up, Darby Allin and Sting take on Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal in a tag match. The last time Sting and Jeff Jarrett faced off in the ring was at TNA Bound for Glory on October 10th, 2010. So it's a while ago. I looked that up on cagematch.net just to figure that out. It was weird. It was a 3-on-2 handicap match. It was Sting, Kevin Nash, and D'Angelo De Niro, formerly Elijah Burke, versus Jeff Jarrett and Samoa Joe. And Sting's team won that. So
Sounds like TNA.
yeah, but I looked into it. They had this faction called the Band or whatever, and I guess Sting, Nash, and Scott Hall, Hulk Hogan, they were all in it. So
I think Eric Young was in that shit.
Yeah,
I remember Eric Young and Kevin Nash was like tag team champions once.
Okay, maybe that was same time frame, but yeah. So
probably
if Cage match is to be believed, so they haven't faced off in a little over a decade. So yeah, that's.
Excuse me.
But so Jeff Jarrett recently debuted. It's been.
That's a weird saying. He's been around for 30-odd years.
Yeah, he did.
Jeff Jarrett just debuted, 40 years ago.
But he got hired. So Tony Khan recently hired Jarrett to serve as AEW's Director of Business Development. I think he's also running live events. He's going to kind of be the head figure of that once they get into the live event game. So I guess
I hope they do, and I hope they come close to us because I want to see some AEW.
Hell yeah. AEW in our neck of the woods would be great. So the last time Lethal and Jarrett teamed up was against Ric Flair and Andrade El Idolo on Ric Flair's final match event. Well, that was a few months ago. That was this summer.
It's hard to watch Ric Flair stumbling around in his own blood. Like
the only highlight of that was, or the only thing to kind of take away was Jarrett can still go, and actually Sting can still go too. So this match shouldn't be that bad, really, on paper.
No,
but,
it should. It should be. Well, you got the main performers and the guys that like you got a dynamic there with the two older guys. You know they're not gonna be wrestling the majority of this match. You know that you got two wrestlers that are gonna carry the match and some pop legend spot moments, which are gonna be awesome. So I think this is a good one-off sort of thing.
Sure. Let's do it.
Like, why not? Why not?
Exactly. I lost for words.
Well, yeah, I don't really have much to say about it.
Blew him away.
Sting wrestles at like every pay-per-view. It's a Sting. He does a high spot and he wins.
Yeah,
He
it's not
jumps on something stupidly tall, hurts his frail body, and then goes home.
Yeah, the build hasn't been anything spectacular.
No,
and
Jeff Jarrett just ripped on Mr. Strowman with his red jeans.
Yeah, right. He did a little dig against Strowman there, but
he's trying to be the Undertaker with his black hat. I don't know.
Yeah,
Jeff Jarrett.
Hopefully,
outlaw.
We're all living in Jeff Jarrett's world. Hopefully, this is kind of the last time we see him on TV. Like, I think he'll be all right in a backstage role.
I like Jeff Jarrett. He's a good heat man. I do like Jeff Jarrett. It's just
so many other people that they got to focus on.
He should be at the bottom of the pecking order.
Yeah, but anyways, for predictions wise, I'm gonna go Sting and Darby Allin.
Yeah, that's who that's who I want it to be. That's who it should be. But Jay Lethal, man, when's he gonna get a big win that matters?
Yeah, that's true.
He'll get a big win in ROH.
Yeah, if they ever finally relaunch that, man. Oh, God.
But I am also gonna say Sting and Darby Allin. I think we're gonna get like. Did you ever see the clip in TNA where he hits Sting with the guitar and Sting goes that's what's gonna happen. It'll be Scorpion Death Drop, probably like a coffin drop off like a 30-foot friggin' pole that he found on. Anyway,
Scorpion Death Drop and then a coffin drop combo.
It'll be Sting and Darby Allin win for sure.
So the match should hopefully be good. Next up, this match will definitely be good. Steel cage match: Luchasaurus versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Like many AEW feuds this year, this feud has been derailed a bit due to Christian Cage suffering an injury to his arm that will put him out for the rest of the year. Cage has still accompanied Luchasaurus to ringside, so he's still on TV in a managerial capacity.
You got the yawns.
Luchasaurus holds one win over Jungle Boy, beating him on the October 12th edition of Dynamite in Toronto. Last Friday on Rampage, after Jungle Boy came out to stand face-to-face with Luchasaurus and Christian Cage in the ring, Luchasaurus attacked him and chokeslammed good old Jungle Boy Jack on a steel chair. So that was a pretty cool spot. But see, I would think in a steel cage Luchasaurus would win, but I feel like Jungle Boy needs to get that big win on a pay-per-view because he lost at All Out. I mean, that was due to interference, but him winning in a steel cage would be a good visual. So I'm gonna go Jungle Boy Jack for the win.
Yeah, I think it's undisputed that he needs a win back. He needs to be elevated up the card. The people want it, and if they delay it too long, it's going to be a Wardlow situation where everybody wanted to see him win the TNT title. He won the TNT title. What has he done since? You got to keep steam moving. You got to keep things moving, AEW. You're letting steam turn to snowflakes.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with Jungle Boy on this one. I think it's just a safe... Yeah, it's a safe way for him to... It's a safe way for him to win without making Luchasaurus look bad or make it not look believable, like this little guy beating the big guy. It's like he can escape the cage if he wants to, or he can use it to his advantage as a weapon. Plus, I think Luchasaurus has like an arm injury going into this, so I don't know if it was. Okay. I don't know if it was legit or kayfabe. I think it was legit. So if he's has a taped up arm, he could use that to his advantage or whatever. But Jungle Boy I think we'll see the visual of Jungle Boy.
He's going to be the new Cody. He's going to come out with a torn titty.
But you'll see the visual of Jungle Boy stand on top of the cage, being like, like Tarzan.
Doing moonsaults off the top of the cage.
Yeah, but it should be good.
Oh, yeah. So all of us.
But it just popped in my freaking mind that's always going. What if we got a spot of Jungle Boy jumping from the top of the cage to the outside onto Christian to get the win?
Jeez, that'd be very dangerous.
Christian's just got to catch him.
Yeah, with one arm.
True.
Well,
We'll see what happens at almost All Out Full Gear.
I'll tell you what, if they had the production value that WWE has, that would be very cool. That if Luchasaurus choke slam Jungle Boy onto a table of some sort or some kind of, I guess they could pull it off. It depends on how they set it up, but like kind of like Sammy Guevara, the blood and guts, like he wins by getting thrown out on the floor. So it's like it's still making Luchasaurus look strong, but also like it
ends in a major smash up.
If that's what if they're looking for big moments and like something to talk about, I think that would be. I mean, obviously, like to make Jungle Boy look the best, a straight up win would do suffice. But I think if you want to go all in with Luchasaurus, which I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. They could definitely do that option if they got the means to do it in the arena. So who knows? We might see something like that, but remains to be seen. So next up on the card. 3-way match for the TNT Championship. Wardlow defends against Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs. Samoa Joe turned heel last week on Dynamite during a segment between Wardlow and Hobbs, hitting Wardlow in the back of the head with the ROH TV title, then locking him in the Coquina Clutch. On last night's Dynamite, after Joe and Hobbs got into it on the mic, Wardlow got his revenge by hitting Joe with a spear. Then all three got into a brawl, which led to a bunch of security members and some of the AEW talent breaking it up. Wardlow was the only one left standing in the ring with Dark Order. So then he ran, did this crazy dive over the top rope, landed on the sea of talent and security guards. So that was kind of like the big moment going in. I am very much looking forward to this match. I like all three of these guys, admittedly.
It's gonna be a case of big meaty men slapping meat. So.
Yeah, and
Big E will be watching.
Oh, for sure. Joe is a heel, man. It's so more interesting. It's just and Hobbs. Hobbs is like him and Joe is heels. Like it just works so well. Like Wardlow is the babyface big guy until Keith Lee eventually like gets out of this tag team. I mean, it's him and Lee basically, and the rest are just heel. And I think that both play their roles. Well, really, all three men play their roles very well. And but with that being said, I'll start off with my take here. Wardlow, he's had a somewhat disappointing 2022 ever since Double or Nothing. Really, he had momentum. He was one of the biggest, getting the biggest reactions, like not named CM Punk, Moxley, or whoever. And there's just drama surrounding his match with MJF. It didn't really live up to expectations. And ever since then, he got in that feud with Smart Mark, and he's been going on a rapid decline, interest-wise. So, and that sucks, because, that's not really Wardlow's fault. I don't think he did anything too wrong. It's just, it really all comes down to the booking. I think...
Yeah, feeding him disinteresting shit.
Yeah, I think Full Gear will be the show where we see him lose to Powerhouse Hobbs. Whether Joe takes the pin or whatever, I think Powerhouse Hobbs is going to take that title and be a dominant champion.
Man, I hate to be such a cookie cutter, just yes sir, no sir, saying the same shit. But man, Powerhouse has to come out ahead here. He needs the title more than anyone else. Wardlow's head is stint. It's been disappointing. Let the disappointment wear off. Try again. Joe's got a title on his shoulder. Cool, he's in the match. He can maybe take a fall if he has to. I honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing, if it's Hobbs taking the title, I wouldn't mind seeing it be Wardlow take the fall, continue that feud. Joe continues with his, he has a title. You should consider
him and Darby would be a really good feud, I think.
Having matches for it once in a while.
Yeah.
Just me.
So y'all going Hobbs? Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
I was thinking in my head that you two were going to go with Wardlow, right? So I was going to do the opposite, a different pick. And I was going to say, I'd love to see the visual of Samoa Joe carrying around 2 titles, right? Because he's a badass.
For sure.
But I
love Joe.
I want to kick your guys' ass in the predictions thing, so I'm just going to go safe and say Wardlow will retain. I think. Okay. I think that might be what happens. And
I'm thinking
because
how long's his day?
Oh
dang.
shit!
How
Do I
long
want?
is
I think I want to go.
engaged?
I think I want to go with Wardlow, man.
I'm gonna see if I can
think.
stat check
I'm
that.
unsure, but I think I'm gonna go Wardlow.
Yeah, the thing is, like, we saw Hobbs and Joe get into it, so they could equal each other out and just take each other out to give Wardlow the chance to win.
Hobbs could challenge Joe for the TV title at Final Battle next month, really.
Either or, yeah. He's in that Embassy faction, is he not?
What was that? 134 for days.
Hobbs.
No, Hobbs. I don't think.
Or was he just kind of? Because he had this segment on Rampage.
I think he was just helping him.
He was just helping him. Okay, I didn't know if he. Cause I'm kind of glad. I don't think Hobbs needs to be in a faction. Truth be told,
no.
Too many factions.
Final prediction. I'll go Wardlow. I'm not confident in it, but I think it's the best choice here. But I really would like to see Samoa Joe win or Hobbs, but I think it'll be Wardlow.
So, locked in for this match. Me and Kenny are going to go Powerhouse Hobbs.
I guess so.
And
I guess so.
Are you still going Wardlow?
I'll go Wardlow.
Still going Wardlow. Final locked in predictions right there for this match. Next up, Jade. Jade Cargill defends her TBS championship against Nyla Rose. So I don't really got much many notes for this. Yeah, the running storyline has been Jade Cargill's been trying to get her physical title belt back from Nyla after Nyla stole it from her at AEW Battle the Belts 5, which was last month. But yeah, I mean this has been in my opinion, a bad feud, and the match will probably be
pitiful attempt at a feud.
It'll be short because a lot of every Jade Cargill match on pay-per-view is short. Even the match she had with Athena was not that long. So I mean, this feud's been pitiful, like Kenny says. Yeah,
I figured those two would blend the best.
But I don't know. Overall, I'm gonna go Jade Cargill. That's just my prediction. Not really looking forward to it, but it's there.
Yeah, I can't foresee anyone taking the TBS title unless they're established over Jade at this point. I don't think
like a strong baby face. Yeah,
as far as establishment wise, because Jade's established herself well, but you pretty much know this is a win in the books for her.
Yeah, and Nyla's a heel too, ain't she? So it ain't gonna be her winning.
Yeah,
so it's for sure gonna be Jade Cargill. She's finally gonna get her title back from her. I think she still has. I think Nyla still has it, don't she?
Yeah, she wore it to a dark match or something. I don't know.
Hard to say.
Watching too much YouTube. I need more hobbies.
I feel you there, man. But
hit me with hobbies in the chat.
Man, you'll have plenty of hobbies soon, brother.
That's right. We will be sent to work.
Slinging lobbies.
You'll be clanging and banging.
So all three of us going Jade Cargill. Next up, another women's match here. Toni Storm defends her interim AEW Women's Championship against Jamie Hayter. Storm defeated Anna Jay last night on Dynamite. After that, the two had a stare down to close the segment. Hayter was close to winning the title back in at All Out during the Fatal 4-Way match, but Baker broke up the pin, which robbed Hayter of winning the title in the moment. But I will say Hayter has been protected for the past few weeks, like only losing in tag matches, really. And if she is losing in tag matches, she's usually not taking the pin. I think Baker's actually taken more pins than Hayter, so that's surprising. But the fans, they are all on the Jamie Hayter train. They want her to win, and I wish this could be the day, but I don't think it will be, because I think the main course for this is going to be Toni Storm facing Thunder Rosa. That's probably the match Tony Khan wants to do. So for the unification, and a little update on Thunder Rosa. So Wrestling Inc. posted an article about Rosa's appearance on the Wrestling Perspective podcast, where she gave an update on her injury, stating that so there is progress, but there's still a lot of work to be done before Rosa could come back into the ring. So for right now, she is still off the shelf for a while, sponsored by BioSteel. So yeah.
Already drank this one. It's pretty freaking good.
We're actually not. So that was a lie. We're not sponsored, but
I'm just giving them the free promotion. Sponsor, you're powering the arrow, your arrow fuel.
What's even in that shit? Is it like
natural things. It's not so chemical.
Electrolytes?
Chemically.
It's the first things on, on the list is water. So water, electrolytes, sodium, potassium, calcium, all words I can pronounce. And I only went to like grade 4.
You didn't even read the ingredients. You read the side that shows the calories.
I was just reading the label thing.
Okay.
Let's get back to wrestling. This isn't a Biosteel channel. This is a wrestling channel. So get your ass back on to the prediction.
So Thunder Rosa is not going to be back anytime soon.
No.
Why did they just take the title off her? She's been gone for 3 months now, as it is.
This interim horse dung rule that Tony Khan has hauled out of his con hole is just ridiculous. That needs to go. It's got no place in wrestling. I don't know why he figured he could change the sport by adding this rule in. He's absolutely a buffoon for thinking that. And yeah, Tony Storm's gonna win.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, I think I don't know. I got sidetracked with the Biosteel, but I think I am gonna go Tony Storm just because I think that is the match Tony Khan's gonna want to do, and maybe Hayter and I don't know how long Rosa will be out, so maybe she could be back by Revolution.
I'm considering Hayter more than I am in like any of these other like kind of things that look like for sure deals. Like I am considering Hayter, but I just think the bigger booking of down the road of Storm and Rose is just too strong on paper that I don't think you.
Yeah, I think
that idea.
I think that's what's going to happen too. I think Storm will win. And I think this is the finish will be determined by if this goes on before or after Baker's match with Paige.
True.
Or Saraya. Is it Saraya or Saraya?
Yeah.
Saraya.
It is Saraya.
Because I think if Baker's ringside, she's somehow going to get involved and screw Hayter out of the match. That's how it'll make Hayter still look good, where she's been so strong lately.
Yeah.
But Storm will get the win. And we have a lot of big Dynamite shows coming up within the next couple months anyway, so Rosa can return on any of those to set up a match for Revolution, or because you have the winners coming and you have the New Year's Bash. Oh, you have the holiday special and then you have New Year's Bash, and I think it's Bash at the Beach or whatever their version of Bash at the Beach is in January too.
Is it Beach Break? Yeah, I think
Beach Break. That's in January too. So Rosa, that's it could be.
The one where he drops him, like he's got him by his
I don't know what that's called. But yeah,
I think he calls that Beach Break. And if they named a pay-per-view after his finisher, I'm sorry, you gotta
But any of those Dynamites, you'll see Rosa eventually return on to confront Toni Storm. Probably, I could see the Winter's Coming one because that's usually one of the biggest Dynamites of the year where they have the title matches. So maybe we'll have Storm and Hayter too at Winter's Coming. Then you'll see Thunder Rosa, but Full Gear, you'll see. Holy shit, Toni Storm. I was gonna say Thunder Rosa again. Toni Storm beat Jamie Hayter. Britt Baker may or may not be the reason why she loses.
That remains to be seen.
I booked too much. I think too ahead.
No, you gotta think. If you don't think, then what's your prediction based
It's hard to really predict AEW booking. Christ, we're getting all the sponsors out here that we're not even sponsored by.
Where's your Keys, brother?
I know. Well, maybe next time. But so all of us going Toni Storm, and that will be a hell of a match. Hopefully they get enough time. And speaking of matches that should be pretty good, 4-way for the ROH World title. Chris Jericho defends the Ocho. Chris Jericho defends against Claudio Castagnoli, Sammy Guevara, and Bryan Danielson. So the weird thing going into all this, Daniel Garcia has seemingly been dropped from this whole storyline with Jericho. Instead, Sammy Guevara has more or less taken his place. Garcia is still wrestling on Independence and on Dark. So I don't think there's been any report as to why he's just not been in this situation, and because there's not he's in another feud, he's just been dropped. So I don't know what that's about, but let's get into
he's got so much going for him. Why?
It's weird for sure. I don't know if something just came out, or maybe they just didn't want him and Jericho in the ring together right yet, facing off.
Maybe they're saving it.
could be a slow burn. So maybe the TV deal. I would assume if the TV deal for ROH is soon closing, they'd probably want Jericho and Garcia to be kind of like the big match for that first kind of show. But who knows? It could just be Jericho and Danielson again. They could change their mind on a dime. So it's hard to. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what's going on with Garcia there. But. So, the story going into this, Jericho and the JAS have vowed to destroy ROH, basically, attacking ROH announcers and commentators alike, Bobby Cruz and Ian Riccaboni. Jericho has also been on a tear through former ROH champions, beating the likes of Dalton Castle, Colt Cabana, and Bandito. Last night on Dynamite, Claudio and Bryan defeated Jericho and Sammy in a tag match. Claudio made Jericho tap out to the sharpshooter. So that was more or less a way to make Claudio look good, I think, before losing at the pay-per-view, because I think Jericho's retaining for this match.
Well, I will steer in a different direction. I'm gonna see Bryan Danielson taking home the win in this one. That's who I'm gonna go with. I think his big signing and come over needs a payoff. Punk's got his payoff. They came around the same time-ish. And they've done him and Jericho 1, him and Jericho 2, him and Jericho 3, him and Jericho in a steel cage, him and Jericho in the jungle, him and Jericho in Antarctica. They gotta stop. Whatever they're doing has to end here, and I think it ends with Danielson.
I'm gonna agree with Jot. I think Jericho's gonna win. I think they're going to want to promote Jericho for that Final Battle pay-per-view to sell the tickets. Maybe they'll have Bryan versus Jericho at Final Battle and title it the Final Battle because they face so much.
Yeah.
And I know, what's that match? What's that? Oh, shit. What's it called? That really good ROH match tape. Right. Jesus Christ. Fight Without Honor. So I think we could have Jericho versus Bryan at Final Battle in a Fight Without Honor match. Or that other one there with all the ladders, whatever it's called, Ladder War, or Fight Without Honor. They got weird names for their matches. But yeah, I think we'll see Chris Jericho retain. And I think Final Battle, you'll see Garcia drop the Pure Championship to somebody. Maybe Garcia will drop Pure title to Bryan. Who knows? But Garcia will drop the Pure Championship, and Jericho might retain. And then, there you go. You set that up. But Chris Jericho for Full Gear. And then we'll worry about that when the time comes, because that's how she goes. Maybe Bryan will get canceled by then by saying that ostriches suck or something. But me too. I hate ostriches.
I know, they're scary, man. Jeez.
But imagine the viewers is like, what is wrong with that kid's brain? He says the most random shit. I'm like,
hey, you never know what this world, who's gonna get canceled for saying what. But what? But yeah, I mean, this match it should be good. What was that, a Pokemon card?
Sure was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this match should be good, but this ROH thing, I feel like it is hurting. Now it's been months that it's been on television. I think it's hurting the show more than it's helping at this point. Mewtwo card right there. So they need to end the ROH shit once, hopefully this TV deal comes soon, because this is just getting ridiculous. But moving on. Next up, Saraya competes against Britt Baker in her first match since December 27th, 2017. A few weeks ago, Saraya confirmed that the doctors have cleared her to compete again, and this is a very emotional promo that she had against Britt Baker on Dynamite. The feud has really picked up steam like the past few weeks. Last night was weird because we got like an oddly babyface promo from Britt Baker, and she said the following, and I quote, "4 times, Saraya, you stared at me dead in the eye and told me I don't have what it takes to be a star. You reminded everyone that I've only been on television for 3 years. But in those 3 years, I went from a nervous, happy to be here girl to a confident, tenacious face of this company." Britt said as a leader, she learned to take the blame while others received the credit, becoming her own role model. Britt continues to say, Saraya, I wasn't handed anything that you weren't also handed, and that is an opportunity. I took that opportunity and I ran with it until I became undeniable. Britt did her D.M.D. catchphrase and went on to say, and no, I didn't wrestle in the Madison Square Garden, but you know where I did wrestle? Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida for over a year. When the fans couldn't come to us, we were there for them. We kept the fire of professional wrestling burning in the darkest of times, and that's an era you'll never know. Britt then told Saraya that she respects her for overcoming her struggles in life, like with addictions and Saraya's neck injury, and paving the way for women's wrestling. And she closed the promo with, "But in this business owes you nothing, and what you're not gonna do is belittle me, belittle my accomplishments, belittle my blood, sweat, and tears because you're stuck in the past. I am the heart, I am the soul, I am the pulse of AEW, and if you think you're above that, you can get the hell out." That was a great promo, I thought, from Baker last night. And Zach's got a new background here. But
I've been playing with them, sorry.
This is gonna be interesting. I'm not expecting this to be like, balls to the walls crazy or nothing, but I think it hopefully will be a serviceable match. You can't expect it to be anything like 4 or 5 star, whatever you think about those ratings, but
could be.
It could. I mean, there's always potential, but you always gotta keep in mind that, like, yes, Saraya has probably trained hard, did conditioning and all that stuff, but she has not done this for like 4 to 5 years. So if there is any ring rust, it's completely understandable. But I think just for the spectacle of it all, I'm definitely really excited for this, and I'm hoping it turns out good. With that being said, Saraya's definitely winning. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, Saraya's definitely going to win it. It's going to be that feel-good moment. She gets her big win after 5 years. It's probably not going to be
good at comebacks.
I'm going to go with Saraya's going to win.
Yeah, I am too. I think it's undeniable that she's going to take a big victory to start her career, and maybe I could see her and Jade on a collision course in the
that could be good shit.
Soon future.
But yeah, so looking forward to it. Kenny, you about killed me with yeah.
I know. I was gonna say something.
Anyways, moving on from that, we're looking forward to this. We're happy that she's back. She's able to compete. Let's hope for the best. All of us are gonna go Saraya. We will see what happens after that. Next up, it's the return of the Elite Death Triangle. Pac, Ray Phoenix, and Pentagon Jr. defend the AEW World Trios titles against Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. The Elite were stripped of the Trios titles after becoming the inaugural champions due to the fallout from the media scrum at All Out. We all know it. It's been done to death, the videos on it. But yeah, aside from that, over the weeks we've seen segments where the Elite were kind of Thanos snapped from pictures on last night's Dynamite after Death Triangle defended their Trios titles against Top Flight and AR Fox. Pac indirectly called the Elite out. Then we looked at the Stagetron to reveal match graphic. The Elite renders then snap back into existence, making the match official. That was a cool visual there. So yeah, the Elite are confirmed back, and they are definitely winning these titles. So Zach's got his Young Bucks shirt as support.
They ain't my favorite tag team, but I got the merch. Came in one of these crates, brother. All Elite crate, brother.
There you go.
Yeah,
I gotta get on that train. The All Elite train.
Good shit. It's gonna be the Elite's gonna win. They're gonna get the title reign that they were supposed to get after the last pay-per-view.
Yeah, Pac,
and it's gonna be epic.
Warm, pretty much.
I
and
mean,
then we may see the implosion of Death Triangle. Pac may hit.
Yeah, that's going. Yeah, that's going.
The other boys don't want to use the hammer.
That little teeny hammer. My God.
That's just like the ring bell hammer.
Ring. I think it is.
The ring beller.
The ring beller right on the noggin. But this match is gonna be nuts. Like this. Like I know these kind of trios matches ain't for everyone. Yeah, I like them. I don't like all of them, which is weird. Like
PWG spewing all over the place.
Yeah, like I like that style sometimes. Like, if I put it into a bubble, like, these are typically what trios matches are nowadays. Like, so some aren't always like right crazy, but that's just kind of, this is the territory of AEW. And it's something you get used to. Well, I gotten used to. I mean, Jim Cornette won't ever get used to it, but that's his opinion. And my opinion is this should be a pretty decent match. And I mean, it's cool to see the Elite back. And we don't know what's going on with CM Punk, but he seems to be done.
Smell him later.
He's moved back
never
to the
say
M&A
never,
world.
though.
Never say never. But we'll see if we can get some updates on that. Maybe later this year, next year, who knows. So let's get on to the main event. Jon Moxley defends the AEW. It is time. Jon Moxley. Already?
I'm gonna do a
Believe it or
biosteel
not.
flip for you.
Yes.
I wonder how many
I didn't hit it just in case you guys are wondering. I would lied to you guys, but you guys are smarter than that.
So for any matches that get added to Rampage, how are we gonna let them know what our picks are? Are you gonna tweet it out?
So we're basically just gonna. I'll make a graphic. We'll tweet it out. It's probably just gonna be filler, matches on the pre-show. So it won't be nothing too. Kenny's amped up. I see. It won't be anything too crazy, but
he just wants to see QT Marshall.
That's right.
I'm like Mojo, man. I stay hype. I don't
Hype,
ever
bro.
come down, man.
Speaking of
On
hype,
coffee days, I'll take.
main event hype. Jon Moxley defends the AEW World Championship against MJF. Weeks ago, MJF announced on Dynamite that he'd be cashing in his casino ladder chip, whatever it's called, that he won All Out in that weird spot where he came out with a bunch of people in mask. So they all in mask. It ended up being the Firm. Now we know where that went. But but the moral of this story that's been playing out over the weeks is that he doesn't need or want anyone's help or use cheap methods to beat Jon Moxley. He feels like he can do this on his own. He's letting go of the MJF of the past. He's turning a new leaf. So we've really gotten some good segments over the weeks between MJF, William Regal, and Moxley. MJF's just acting like a baby face, it seems like, as the weeks go on. Last night we saw the Firm attack Moxley, leading to MJF running out, making the save, stopping every member in their tracks. At the end of the show, we gotta
every member of the Firm.
Just beat out every member with one punch. The One Punch Man.
Seen that segment.
Did you see his little weak ass punch? Knock him out.
Yeah, one punch for Austin, punch for Colton.
He did do some kicks to the groin.
Big Show's right hand,
I got a very interesting take on that, so I'm waiting to make my pick whenever Justin's done telling us the rundown.
Yes, sir. So at the end of the show, we got a great visual with the two men staring at each other, with Regal in the middle of it all to close out the show. And in my opinion, Regal is the real X factor of all this. He's definitely going to be at ringside, or at least at the commentary booth. And I think ultimately, in my opinion, I think Regal is going to switch sides, leave the Blackpool Combat Club. It's going to suck, but I think he is going to full on be proud of MJF and join MJF, and we'll get to see that play out on Dynamite as a pairing.
Go ahead, Kenneth.
Right on. Well, I'm going to go of the other direction. I will say Mr. Moxley will keep the schmexy looking strap on his shoulder based off of, I think, Regal is too rooted in MJF's head that it's going to come into a play where MJF's going to do something Regal-ish and then it doesn't quite pan out and he ends up paying for it.
He goes kind of soft. Kind of like Hangman and with CM Punk there. He hesitated for too long and it ended up costing him the title.
Yeah, stopping to absorb the moment and then you get caught.
So, my prediction ain't even my original idea. My brother told me this idea, and I think it's crazy enough. Well, it's not crazy, but it's pretty sweet. It'll work. I think that this whole MJF versus the Firm thing's all like a trap. MJF's trying to make him think that he's coming in alone. But you noticed how weak he hit him last night? Barely touched him, right? I know he got put through that table, but like maybe he'll just say it was a soft pad or whatever. I think the Firm's going to end up helping MJF win the title. I think it was all a trap or whatever. or not trap, but like
Ethan Page beats him.
I know that. See that's stupid though. But maybe he'll just Ethan Page will be, I'll lie down for you, or he'll leave the firm and turn face.
Just take his tight tits somewhere else.
But I think MJF will walk out full gear with the world title, probably. Finally, Moxley can take his vacation that he's wanted.
Yeah, really though.
And then we'll have MJF versus Ricky Starks for Winter is Coming,
which will be fucking great.
And it's gonna start at Dynamite when Ricky Starks defeats the firm's Ethan Page. Makes perfect sense, for the firm to swerve us, I guess.
It's definitely, it'd definitely be like that kind of AEW booking, I feel like with the swerves and all that.
Sneaky
swerve. The only thing that I wouldn't like, see, I can understand if they do the firm thing, but I feel like it's it'd kind of just be regressing like MJF's characters. I think what we've seen, like if it was all ended up being a ruse now, like he's got that reaction, those cheers, and if it just went all up in smoke.
Want the cheers though.
That's true, but like I think if he could just be like that lone wolf tweener, I'd like that better than him being in a faction with a group of guys.
Oh, me
too. Kind of not
me too.
He'll stand out because it's MJF, but like I don't know. Like I'm gonna like MJF. I think will win the title here, but I think he's definitely there's definitely gonna be some shenanigans. It's the main event. There's always shenanigans in main events for the most part. So
who's gonna debut? No, we don't have that no more, do we? Used to be who's gonna debut?
Who signed this week?
Yeah, true. You know what? I also forgot. That we never predicted on the Acclaim. So yeah, we're gonna go.
I thought he was gonna say he didn't hit the record button. I was gonna come down the road and give you the 1-2.
No, it is recorded.
Ass whooping. Yeah, you're gonna get an ass whooping, and then I'm gonna take 1 beer. What? I'm gonna take 2 beer. What? I'm gonna take 3 beer. What? I'm gonna kick your sorry stinking ass.
There goes the monetization. Oh no!
Did I say a bad word?
No, I already did. I've done multiple times in this video. But
shit! Did I say a bad word? Oh.
But
God damn it!
So me and Zach, we're gonna be going, or Zach and I, however you want to say it, we're gonna go MJF. Kenny is gonna go John Moxley. Now, yes, it is. This predictions video is going to be a little out of order, but we do things differently around here. So, not the main event, but a great match. It should be the Acclaimed Max Caster, Anthony Bowens with Billy Gunn will defend their titles against Swerve in Our Glory, Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. So we see more dissension between Lee and Swerve. They always kind of butted heads on things, and I think this show we'll see the breakup, whether Swerve attacks Lee or Lee attacks Swerve, whatever. They're probably mostly done after this show. And we saw something really funny on Dynamite last night. It was like a diss track music video on Swerve, and we saw Paul White's Adam Sandler's Waterboy. Paul White played a role as Captain Insano, and we had Captain Insano in the music video, and it was awesome. It was great stuff. I really liked it, and I think they got to keep this Acclaim train going. So after this, hopefully they don't feud with Colton Gunn or Austin Gunn. They need a top team to feud against, and I don't think the Acclaimed are going to have any kind of long reign, because I think they do want FTR to be the tag champs. They have all 4 belts, of the big independent companies. So, well, not Impact, but it's Impact. So the Acclaimed are definitely going to win, in my opinion, and hopefully we can keep the Acclaimed, as top stars, and they don't kind of fade away. What say you?
Yeah.
Nah, they're over. They're like Rover. They ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah, they're too over right now, and
selling too much merch.
Keith and Swerve needed a singles feud and branch apart.
Yes, sir. Acclaim's gonna win. They're gonna scissor their way to the top.
Hell yeah!
And I don't know if are you on this side of me?
I'm on the other side.
Oh, you're on that side?
Yep.
Oh, that's
Switched it
awkward
up.
now.
Switched it up. There you go.
Because I've been trying to go over there to Too Sweet Kenny, and now it's going to look stupid. Because on my screen, he's right there.
You'll see.
He's right there?
No, so Kenny's below. He's below both of us. Like I got the.
Yeah.
He's just sinking down. But
So I knew I felt something tickling me. But yeah, the Acclaim's going to win.
Yep. And it should be, like I said, it should be a pretty good damn match. I don't know if it'll top the one at All Out, but we will see. Looking forward to it.
It's going to have Sneaky Swerve being sneaky.
True. Overall thoughts on the show, though. This has just kind of been a long form video, no real cuts or nothing. We're just kind of shooting from the hip.
It's not the most stat card in AEW history, but they usually deliver, so I'm looking forward to
matches. For the most part, all the matches seem to look, pretty good. I
don't want any more added though, because too much and it drains you, runs.
I think it's just for the price point. Like I think it's like. I don't know what it's like in other places, but like it is like a full, pay like $60 or so or something like that. Unless you got some like subscription thing that I don't know, but they don't have like a network or anything. So I think that Tony Khan just tries to give the fans the biggest bang for their buck and just puts on all these. But I think it's unnecessary. Like you said, just a lot of filler.
Yeah,
but should be a good show. Will it be the best pay-per-view of the year? I mean, it could be, but we saw Forbidden Door, and that was probably the AEW show of the year to be. So, I mean, that's topping All Out. It'll be hard, but you know what? The talent has all the tools to pull it off, and I am still looking forward to this a lot. But for now, you guys got any closing remarks?
Subscribe to Do the Damn Dive on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. Join the Discord server.
Yes.
What's the other thing we got?
Instagram.
Like us on Instagram.
We got a Facebook page now.
We have Facebook. Yeah. We might have TikTok. I don't know if Jot runs it or not.
We do have one, but I haven't been on there in a while.
Anything.
Yes.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean.
Leave me in your fridge when you don't like it.
We want to know your predictions too. It just ain't about our predictions. We want to gauge your thoughts. What you think of the show. Yeah. Are you excited going in? Did the Dynamite go home do anything for you? Or the Rampage, the Rampage go home? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Many more of these types of videos to come. And for now, that's going to be the end. I am the Booker Man of Do the Damn Dive. Jut Nick.
I am the Bearded Sparrow. Kitty Arrow.
And I'm still just Broken Zach because I haven't come up with a nickname yet. I used
to be
I used to be the man of 1,000 nicknames. I can still be, I guess. It changes every day. Today I'm the young cuck. I mean the young buck. So.
But anyways, guys, hope you enjoy the show, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out. And then we do the beaver, and I got the 10-foot beaver and the 10-foot boy, and what do I go? Damn!